are life to those who find them. They are health to your whole body. Above everything else, guard your heart. It's where your love comes from. Proverbs 4 verse 20 to 23.
Well done, everybody. Did you do some moves? Do some slides? Do it again. Fantastic. It's so awesome when we can do some moves together and sing from God's word. Now, today we're going to learn about something that we just sang about. Do you know what we're going to learn about? Is it about our feet? No. Is it about our toes? What are we going to learn about? Today, we're going to learn more about our heart. Now, we use the heart so many times, but it's actually something that is very, very important. Now, when we look at something that's brand new, or we look at something that looks amazing, we think that on the inside, it's also going to be good. But with God, it works differently. He doesn't look on what is happening on the outside. He looks at what is in our heart. And that is our big point for today. Others may look at the outside, but God looks at our heart. Well done. Now, in God's word, we actually read about a story where other people looked at someone and thought that they were going to be a good king. But God actually looked at the person's heart and chose someone different, someone that they didn't even think was going to be chosen. Do you want to watch the big story with me? Come, join in. Let's watch.
In the time of the Old Testament, God only spoke directly to the prophets. They were the men and women chosen by God to be His messengers. It was during the days of King Saul's reign. Samuel was the appointed prophet. On one particular day, God told Samuel that it was time Saul went into battle against the Amalekites. You see, the Amalekites had treated God's people, the Israelites, very badly when they came out of Egypt. Saul set out to do exactly as God had told Samuel. He sent an army of 210,000 men to destroy the Amalekites. But when Saul saw how good the sheep and cows were, he couldn't resist changing the plan. The army was to take them and bring them home. Not a big deal, right? Wrong. Saul had decided to deliberately disobey God. This was the beginning of the end. It came time for Samuel to appoint a new king for Israel, as God had rejected Saul. God told Samuel to go and see Jesse of Bethlehem, and there God would show him who would be the next king. Once he found Jesse and his family, Samuel met each of Jesse's sons one by one. First, Samuel met Eliab and thought, surely this is the Lord's anointed. But the Lord whispered to Samuel, don't look at how big and tall he is, because I don't. The Lord doesn't look at the things people look at, the outward appearance. The Lord looks at the heart. Abinadab was next. Jesse, his dad, made him walk past Samuel. Samuel probably thought that the second son would be the king, but God said, the Lord has not chosen this one. Then Shammah passed by, and God responded in the same way, saying, nor has the Lord chosen this one. Jesse had 7 of his sons pass before Samuel, but Samuel kept saying to him, the Lord has not chosen these. So he asked Jesse, do you happen to have any more sons? Well, there is still the youngest, but he's out in the fields looking after the sheep, Jesse replied. Well, send for him. I'm not going to sit down and rest until he's arrived. So Jesse did as Samuel had instructed and brought his son David before him. Now David wasn't the tallest or the strongest, but when he arrived, the Lord said, rise and anoint him, for he is the one I have chosen. So Samuel took a horn of oil he had and anointed David in front of all of his brothers. It was from that day onward, David was destined to be king. Isn't it funny how Samuel was looking at the height and strength and age of the next king, while God had other plans? God knew David had a good and pure heart, and that's what he was after. God still looks for the same things today. It doesn't matter what you look like or how good you are at sports, or art, or singing, or reading. It's who you are with Him. That's what really matters.
How powerful was that? It's amazing that when we learn from God's word, we can actually take things that happened in the Bible and see how it is applied to us today. Now, I have some gifts with me. Which gifts do you think is the best? These ones? Not these ones. These. Okay, do you want to open it? Are you sure? Okay, let's see. I think it's going to be amazing. A potato? What? Okay, maybe I can make some chips with it. Okay, let me put it there. Do you think the other one is going to be better? Okay, let me see. Oh, a rotten papaya? That's disgusting. Okay, let's maybe the third time. Let's see. Ooh, I think I'm gonna like this one. A sock? Is it clean? Oh no, it's not. Ooh. Okay. Do you think I must try those? Okay, let me see. I don't think it's going to be good. A lollipop? Okay, this is much better. Okay, let's try the next one. Oh my goodness. Just look at this beautiful bracelet. This is going much better than the first time. Let's see again. A chocolate. Now, how does that work? When we looked at the outside, the pretty packages, we thought that the inside was going to be good. But that didn't happen, did it? No. But when we looked at this package, we didn't think that there's going to be beautiful things in there. And did we get some? Oh yes, definitely. Now that is exactly the way that it is with God. God doesn't look at the outside. He looks at our heart. Our heart is so important to Him. It actually says in His word in 1 Samuel 16 verse 7, "But the Lord said to Samuel, do not consider his appearance or his height, for I have rejected him. The Lord does not look at the things people look at. People look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart." For God, it is important that we don't have an unhealthy heart. He doesn't want us to have an unhealthy heart where we use mean words, where we are not treating our people that are around us with love. He actually wants us to have a healthy heart. A heart that worships God. A heart that loves Him, that's with Him every single day, that wants to worship Him and pray to Him.